So we cut it in half, like that. So you see the nice internal crumb?
So
that looks pretty good.
What would the inside look if it was done wrong?
Well, I'm going to show you when I get to that one. I'll show you a little bit. Okay. So, you know, one of the things he asked, what wrong? It could look. You notice the what I like to say the cell structure, and that's the little honeycombs or the air pockets you see in there. Okay.
It's like the pizza crust when the food court.
Yes. Yes. It'll be baked out, but you'll see that. Okay. Now, if you cut one and the honeycombs are real small all the way throughout the bread, almost like on the bottom, okay, all the way throughout the bread. One side of that is that it was underproofed, okay? If you cut the bread and you got big gaps in there, like huge gaps, big holes, okay? That could be an overproof, or more likely from the molding. They didn't mold it tight enough. They did it was loose, you got an air pocket in there, it stayed in there, okay? The other thing is the size of the bread. And one of the things we're doing is kind of like using something to measure what's good. So you cut the bread in half and you use the thermometer to see what size it is. So it comes up, and what we're looking for is the bread to come up to about that line right there when it's cut in half. Okay? And this is in the directions we have it out there.
There's also a lot of fear of making the bread all the way.
Minutes, we add steam to it at a higher temperature. After 15 minutes, we drop the temperature down and we add more time to it. And the directions say 22 to 25 minutes. We give them a range, okay? This was baked at 22 minutes. It could have went the full 25. What Doug said about the color is, after 17 or 18 minutes, you're about at this color. It doesn't change much between 17 and 18 up to 22. And that's when the bakers tend to pull the product, okay? If you actually look at the bottom, it might be hard to see, but at the very bottom, you'll see the crumb structure being really tight. Okay? It's really tight on the bottom. Okay? That's a direct indication that it probably could have been baked longer. So if we had left this bread in there for another 3 minutes or so, you wouldn't have as much of this in the bottom. It's not bad. It's just a point that you can bake this bread out. And we want this nice, strong color on it. Okay? To get that nice crust all the way around it. Okay? Now in terms of slicing it, the best way to do it is slice it in half, take it, turn it on its end, then slice it just like this.
See a demo person using scissors. They're doing
Yeah.
it wrong.
Doing it wrong. This gives you nice, beautiful slices, just like this.
You can't take fresh, hot bread and slice it. It has to be totally cooled down.
Yeah, this bread is still a little warm actually. Just waiting to get nice slices. You can toast that, you can do whatever, make a nice sandwich out of it. Okay? So I've been on the floor when members have asked, I've explained how to do it, and they're like, all right, I'll try it. You know, as long as they have a sharp knife at home, bread knife, they'll be able to do it. Okay? So on the multigrain bread, got a different look inside. Now the seeds on top, the sunflower, the sesame, the fennel, that's all in the inside also. I mean, it's all the way throughout the bread. It's a very rich, you know, heavy laden, particulate bread, okay? So your crumb structure is going to be different, okay? This is made with whole wheat flour. Whole wheat flour is flour that's pretty much not processed, okay? So it doesn't have the same strength structure, it has different properties. So you notice the volume isn't the same, and that's on purpose. You're not going to get the same volume, okay? This bread actually weighs more than this bread. We scale this bread at 1 pound 14 ounces. We scale this bread at 2 pounds 4 ounces. And you still don't get the same volume. It's just a different look, okay? So the height on this, when you use the thermometer, is right about, yeah, right about the base of the stem.
And again, it shows it on the formula. Again, the formulas have to be printed in color. If you print these in black and white, you cannot pay attention to any of the details of what's going on in the formula.
See, it is spread on the bottom. It's not bad, actually. It's baked out pretty good. It's not as tight on the bottom. There's a little bit there, but not as much as this one.
You think that the whole time?
not as much. So that's why we want.
If your bread is your place is very flat, it's probably the number one thing I see out there. It probably starts with the dough temperature. And like Kevin said earlier, if you don't have a water chiller that's bringing your temperature down enough, you got to put cold water in the cooler. And you got to make sure you're using the right temperature water. Tempting the dough after it comes off the machine to make sure it's hitting the spec on this one.
Right. I feel it. Let's do it all.
The other problem that a lot of our bakers are having out there, the fermentation time when you mix it and take it off the dough and put it in the luggers, 45 minutes, 90 minutes, twice as long, and they're not reading that part, and they're just doing 45, and that's why you will not get the cell structure out of this, and it'll be flatter, kind of more looking like a frisbee than it is looking like a bread.
The other thing too is we're getting a lot of pushback. You know, we've been out of, in most locations, we've been out of the whole grain bread, the whole wheat bread for a while. Very popular bread. We're getting this on the floor. The member's going to be like, well, what is it like? Make sure your employees in the bakery know to cut one open if they're asking. Why not? You're not doing a demo. If they're picking up, let them try it. We can demo the rest of it. We got to make sure we pick up these sales.
You have some oil, Ken?
What's that?
Some dipping oil?
Dipping oil, sure. You know what's great about this bread? You really don't need to do anything with it. If you're demoing good bread, fresh bread out